Yes.
I just got it, yeah.
Abby, did it work?
Yep. I think we're good.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
The vlog requirement.
Okay, good. Okay, so what's going on? Bring me up to speed.
So I think you've heard a lot of this. You guys had the captain's draft, and we went into 3 teams of 5. Team
Yes.
Lolly didn't do so hot. They lost 2 challenges, and they got down to 3 people. She sent Owen to exile, and then Hannah joined our team.
Okay.
And then the other team lost last week, so they got Owen. And then this week we basically like a double tribal where Jack won immunity and someone on the other team won immunity. But they had to send someone else to exile where basically they would have a chance to get an advantage. And these guys already know about this. But they sent me, and I have an advantage now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And now we have tribal 2 hours.
So now, like, randomly, because of how you guys drafted us, it's randomly back to heroes versus villains. So it's our tribe, what Team Wentworth is all villains plus Eli, and Team Wentworth is all heroes plus Owen. So it's 1 switch on each one. But other than that,
okay.
So going into this tribal, it's probably going to be each tribe getting rid of the non-hero or non-villain.
Got it. Okay. And then is that what you guys want to do? Like, does that make sense? And then when you get to 10, it's going to be like,
I think we're merging it.
I think we're merging.
Locked.
Yeah, we're definitely
5
merged.
and 5.
I think it's a merge tonight after this.
I mean,
okay.
I think at this point, it's like, since the 3 of us are so tight,
yeah.
I think it'll be a lot easier to navigate the merge because we also have connections with random people on the other tribe too.
Okay.
So I think we're all in a really good spot at this point. And I mean, it's between Eli and Hannah tonight, basically. And
yeah.
I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to both.
Okay.
I was the one fighting to keep Eli vote out Hannah because I want to dissolve these heroes versus villains tribes and start playing Survivor. But no one else wants to, like, no one else even on the other tribe really is ready or wants to do that, I don't think. So it kind of seems like now, after talking and seeing that no one's really ready to do that Eli might be the move to vote out.
Yeah, my fear is like we give them an inch, and then if they're refusing to play with us, like, why are we bending what we want to do to play with them? And also just like, in terms of Hannah and Eli, Hannah doesn't really have anybody in the game, I feel like, outside of our group. So it's like, to me, I feel like she would be an asset to keep in because she will be with us. Whereas Eli has a lot of people on that other team. And I feel like if he got to emerge, he would just sprint off and leave us in the dust.
Wait, was Eli originally on the Wentworth tribe?
Yeah.
I thought so. I'm like thinking of the names in my head. Okay, wait. And so, what happened with Eli? Remind me. Why are we getting him out?
He was the only hero on the team. It was like us 4 villains, and honestly, it was like 4 villains who were working pretty closely together the whole time, and then him.
I see. Okay.
And it just sucks because we like him, but it's like,
yeah,
I feel like
got it. Okay.
And
so so are you guys each tribe is getting rid of 1 person tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Are you going to tribal together or separate tribal?
There's
like
2 different tribals, but they're at the same time.
Yeah, like at the same time, but we don't watch them happen.
He's questioning. I think he's questioning both tribes, and then we're gonna vote, and then he's gonna read off one of the votes. And then
do we not watch theirs?
No, I think we will.
I hope we do.
No, we definitely will watch.
But it's not like one tribe gets to see who the other tribe is. Okay.
No, yeah,
which kind of sucks because that could be helpful. But the biggest thing for me, like, I've been closely, so we've all played before. This is season 4 of Syracuse Survivor, but we've all played before. So me and Jack were on the same season, and we were allies on that season, as well as Eli. So Eli and I are just close friends coming into this because we played season 2 together. But which is why I was kind of fighting to keep him, because he trusts me 100% and I trust him a lot. But I think game move, it might not be the move.
So you guys don't think that Hannah would go work with anybody else?
I do.
After the
I think she would, but she, like, in terms of, she's somebody that I think people would always be thinking about to vote off. I think she would distract everybody from going at other people, I think, personally.
She's a wild card. She will do whatever it takes to, like, get as far as possible, obviously, but she in my opinion, is just a very hard player. So I don't think, like, I'll never 100% trust her word versus, like, Eli, I do trust a lot. But their argument is that, like, bringing her to the merge, she could be kind of like a shield for us, because if they come after us, they'd come after her first.
Yeah, and for me, we did like a superlatives, like touchy subjects kind of thing early on, and they, like, the other team voted, like, for, like, people they didn't want to see at the merge, like, fully based on previous seasons and whatever, and they picked me, and they also picked Hannah, so it's just like,
Jake.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They don't like me, Kelley. I got very
this
far.
This is not good.
I didn't even win, so they're obsessed with me. No, but I just feel like with Hannah, she's someone who they're always going to target, and her reputation precedes her, because basically she was on also season 2 with these guys, and she was kind of just like very out there and very, like, doing the most, and kind of, like, got caught doing it. And I don't know. I don't think she'll be able to hide that as much as Eli can, where I think Eli is also a very, very good player, but he's not going to be on anybody's radars as much if we don't take him out now.
He's much more likable too, I think.
Yeah.
His social games are way better than Hannah's.
Yeah. So let's say you get rid of Eli, and then it's you guys left with Hannah, and who would the 5th person be? Gabby. And is Gabby good? Or do you think she would go to the other side?
No, she'd be with us, I think, 100%.
I think she's pretty tight with us. She just always wants reassurance, which is fine. You know, that's not a bad thing. But
yeah.
I think because she asks us all for reassurance, she really wants to be aligned with us. So I think that's a good thing.
I think she thinks that her and Jack are a tight duo, and me and Jake are a tight duo, but she doesn't know that us 3 is the big 3.
It's like above here. Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm trying to play it off. So
Jake, come on, Jack. I'm sorry. No, wait. Yeah, Jack, keep it going. Sorry, Jake. You got
it. It's hard.
Yeah. Okay, good. Keep that relationship going strong. Okay, you need that.
She also got voted out, like, super early in her first season that she played, so I think she's just, like, down to always vote with the numbers and do whatever. She's
okay.
Yeah, because there is still a first boot in, and there's a second boot, so I feel like those people will just do whatever they can to keep going further. I don't think they're gonna go out of their way to make huge moves like we will, but I mean, I don't know.
Totally.
I hadn't really thought about that there's someone who got voted out first, someone who got voted out second, and then we still have a winner and someone who got, like, second place in. Like, it's kind of crazy.
What sucks is that we're voting out Eli the exact spot he got voted out last season, the day before the merge. But.
And Hannah's dream is to make the merge, so either way, we're hurting someone's feelings.
I mean, that's the game. It sucks.
It is the game.
I just hate it.
I mean,
you guys know the stress.
I feel
10 times worse for you.
I feel bad playing this game. I can't imagine how bad it is on the real show.
It's so bad. Yeah. The worst part is just looking someone dead in the eye and them asking you, "Are you voting for me?" And you have to say no because you can't say yes. And yet you, like, turn away from that conversation and just feel so bad. You're like, but I can't tell them. It's really a wild game. Yeah.
But then they all did that to you, and you had.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody does it to everybody. That's why you can't trust anyone. It's so wild. Yeah.
Most iconic idol play in history.
Oh my God, best moment.
Yeah, that was great. It had to happen. Everyone just against us girls. Like, we were really gonna do something crazy. They asked for it. Okay, well, I feel like you guys have a good handle of it. I mean, what happens though after this vote? Like, what's the deal with the other side? Do you think they're all pretty tight, or?
I think they're the complete opposite. I feel like the villain on that tribe is actually going to stay in because.
You do?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of moving parts on that side, and there's more passive players on that side, and I think the person that wants to make the moves is more so in favor of keeping the villain. So. Which I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing because if somehow if we vote out Eli and Owen stays in, then, like, if we're worried about Hannah flipping, like, we still have. It's not like we're gonna lose the vote, you know, because we would have a 2-person advantage. I'm probably thinking too far ahead, but.
Jack, I feel like you really need to work that relationship with Hannah.
With Hannah, and
Isn't that who we're talking about? Yeah,
yes.
Hannah.
I've been working the relationship with Gabby. I genuinely like her a lot, but Yeah, Hannah and I have some kind of bad blood. I lied to her for like 2 weeks in a row during our season, and I blindsided her. So,
Jack, the truth is coming out.
No,
you
but
didn't mention this before.
No, but
you blindsided her pretty bad.
But like we have a mutual friend from our last season. So over like the last year, she's like told me she's not upset with me anymore. So that's okay. But yeah, I'll definitely work on it. But she's hard to play with, I think. But
she's a hard player. Like she is an intense player.
Obsession.
Like who would you compare her to of players who've played real Survivor?
Oh geez, Jake, you probably would have a good idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Our season, before it even started, she hid, how many was it, guys?
5 fake immunity idols.
More than that.
5 fake immunity idols before the season started. And so, like, around campus. And I found one of them. And thought I had an idol for a while.
So she's kind of chaotic.
Very chaotic.
She rented a room in one of the, in our student center and had pictures of every player and taped them on the board and made like her own murder board and connected everyone. It's pretty crazy.
Chaotic in like a passionate way.
She loves Survivor.
She's obsessed with Survivor. Yeah.
And you guys are sure this is who you want to keep?
Well, they'll go for everyone. Everyone's scared of her.
Everyone will go for her. It'll save us more time in the next rounds because they'll all be like, "Oh, we have to get Hannah. Oh, it just buys us one more week."
You sure she's not gonna get one of you guys on the DL?
That's what I've been saying.
I'm just asking. I have no clue. You guys know her. I'm just saying.
I don't think so. I personally don't think so.
Okay.
I think what she's told me, and I think she's probably told Jack the same thing. People look at, I don't know really why, but they've since the start been obsessed with me and been obsessed with Jack as like big targets. And she's kind of told me the same thing where like she wants those people in, and like she's told me she wants to look out for Abby too and like stay and strong. I don't know how long that will last, but I do think like between the 3 of us, she hasn't connected us, so like we could get information from her.
Okay.
I feel like at this point, I feel like she has nobody. So when she's desperate, she'll come to us, I think.
Okay.
But who knows?
I'm just thinking about all the scenarios, guys. That's the only reason I'm asking.
I completely appreciate. I don't even think I could think of a comparison for her of a real player. I can't think of one because.
Like a Tony Vlachos meets Abby Maria? Like, is that
I was thinking Abby Maria.
Yeah, I thought Abby, Tony, maybe a little bit of Jacob Derwin in there from Ghost Island.
Just a little sprinkle.
Just a little sprinkle. She would dump shit into her sock if she could.
Okay.
Tony,
I mean,
she has Tony energy, and Tony's won twice. This is what I'm saying, guys.
Yeah,
she's
but
not
true.
She's not going to win. She doesn't have the winner energy.
No.
I have a random question. Is Cass a nice person?
Yeah, I love Cass.
Because I love Cass as a player, and I know so many people that don't like Cass. I'm like, she's so cool.
People who don't like Cass who have played with her, or people online?
Oh, like my friends that love Survivor. They're like, oh, I can't imagine Cass being a nice person, but I'm like, she's got it.
She's honestly one of my favorite people. They didn't show it because the thing is, you have to remember about Survivor is that it is a television show, and people play up their characters. And she was, after her first season, was always going to kind of be a villain, and she nicknamed herself Chaos Cass, obviously. But around camp, like there are people who can just tell really great stories and keep you really engaged and have you laughing, and you're like, I just want to be around this person. She's one of those people. You can believe it. She's really cool. She's really funny. Same with like Jeremy, just has that energy where you just want to be around him. So
Jeremy's so good.
I love Jeremy. Yeah, he's great.
How many days have you been on Survivor for in total?
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. I literally don't know.
Probably I'm just thinking a lot.
A lot. 38 plus, but I mean, season 38, like, what do you count, right? Because I was on edge of extinction until day 35, but does that count?
Oh my God, that must have been tough.
Technically.
I mean, that's just as hard, probably.
Yeah.
It's worse in some ways, but...
But you got to meet Reem.
Yeah,
so
oh my gosh.
Worth it.
But you guys, I was on a starting tribe with Reem, so, like, it wouldn't have mattered if I went to edge of extinction.
Kelley, for my 21st birthday, my brother got me a cameo from Reem as a gift.
That's probably the best $30 he ever spent.
It was amazing.
No, but here's the thing about Reem. Well, here's the thing about Survivor in general is that, like, I've never, well, I guess my first season I was on a winning tribe, but on Second Chance and on Edge of Extinction, I was always on the losing tribes. And it's just the worst spot to be in because like you have to make a decision on day 3 after only knowing someone for 3 days. And you don't want it to be you. So you have to throw someone else under the bus to make sure it's not you. And it really was like down to me and Reem. And so it was just a battle of who's going to win that war. And, you know, you have to basically highlight people's flaws. And so it was like, you know, she's not that strong and she's like a mom type. And it's just unfortunately what you have to do in the game. But outside of that, Reem is so funny. She's so like, she's just so herself all the time. And it's so extra, but it works. It's great. And she's also very sweet and motherly. Like she'll message me on Instagram, like, hope you're doing well. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. Yeah. She's so nice. So yeah, I felt bad, but it's just the game. It's
The
really
Survivor
tough.
community just seems like so cool. Like if you play,
Yeah.
you just know everyone. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. For the most part, there's still a few people I will never send Christmas cards to, but I think other people might say that about me, so that's fine.
You and Lauren are close, right?
I love Lauren. I love her so much. She's amazing.
I love you.
Yeah. I love her.
That's cool that like she was a huge fan of yours and now you guys are like really close.
Yeah, she's awesome. It's so funny because so I'm almost 35 and she's only I think she's 24 now, and I forget that she's not older because she just has this kind of like old soul like maturity. So I think that's why we got along, and she's just very similar to me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I love her. She's great. And then, you know, we allow War Dog to be in the friend circle. So. He's a wild child, but what are you going to do?
He seems funny though.
He is very, very funny.
I feel like I would want to play Survivor, but I feel like I'd be starving for 30
Oh
minutes.
my god, it's
Like,
it's literally
holding me back from applying.
it's literally the only thing I want to do in my life is play the real show.
I eat too much.
I love food. I get hangry. Like if I don't eat dinner, or if, let's say I've had breakfast, but I have not eaten lunch and it's dinner time, my husband will literally say like, did you eat lunch today? Because he knows I get hangry. But in the game of Survivor, you just look at it as a job, and you just like don't allow yourself to act the way you would act in real life. It's really weird. So Abby, I think you'd be fine.
You could make it.
Off of rice though.
I'll have to send you my next.
Interesting.
I'll have to send you my next audition tape or something.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll watch it.
I'm waiting. I'm too boring right now. I need a real job. Then maybe I can think about applying to the show.
That is true. You do need like a little something. I mean, it could be like some sort of adversity you had when you were younger or something like that. But yeah, it is really hard because especially now they get so many submissions. They're looking for people with like unique stories, right? Because they've had almost every type of person. And so they want to have things, you know, Jeff Probst and his like, oh, tell me about your military thing then, and tell me about, it's just, you know, it's a TV show at the end of the day, like I said. So
did you make an audition tape with your dad, like to get
okay,
the two of you together?
So it's really weird because I applied for The Amazing Race and I applied with a roommate.
I just saw your TikTok for this.
Yeah, and it was really, I feel really bad. It was really uncomfortable because they called me and I was in the car with her and they were like, hey, like we want you, but we don't want her. It was really uncomfortable. Just, I don't know, whatever. And they just said, like, we just don't think you guys would be a good fit together for this. Like, maybe we could use her for something else, but you two not together. So do you have anyone else? And that's when I submitted with my dad and we did a video. We did like a separate video because I wasn't living in my hometown with him at that point. And we didn't really get very far. And then for our Survivor videos, we did individual videos and then submitted them. So we didn't actually ever do a video together. But yeah, I remember it was really funny because I did mine and he did his out at the farm. And I remember Lynn Spillman called me and she's like, and Lynn Spillman was the casting woman. A little better. I'm like, okay, I'll call him. It'll be fine. So usually the audition video you submit first is never the one that's like accepted.
Yeah.
Like that's why you just want to hook them and give them like good examples about your life and make them want to know more about you. Because almost 99% of the time when they contact you, they'll say like, you need to do a new video. Because they're trying to fit you into like a certain type of player.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But anyway.
That's so cool.
He's got to hook them. He's got to get that good, fun intro video. Yeah.
We'll see. I want to make one at some point. My brother makes like videos for a living, so I'm like, dude, you got to make me a Survivor video.
Abby, it doesn't have to be fancy, babe. It really doesn't.
Yeah, but I'm not interesting enough.
You can't be. Okay, here's the thing. Just like have a glass of wine, or if you don't drink, have an energy drink, or get your like adrenaline pumping in some way.
I'll have a few
and
more.
then do your video.
I reached out to Dom from Ghost Island, and he said his first video was him just sitting in traffic.
Yeah,
And
that's what
he
I'm
was in
saying.
his car. He was in his car in traffic.
Oh,
I just did mine in my backyard. Yeah, but do it multiple times. I think that's the biggest mistake is most people are not good about talking about themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, some people love to talk about themselves, but most people feel uncomfortable talking about how great they are, stuff they've overcome. And then the second thing is that most people are not good at just talking for 3 minutes straight. And so I always tell people, just like do it a few times, do it a few more, do it 20 times if you have to. By the 15th or 20th time, it's going to come across so natural. You're going to have your stories down. Like the people who try and do it the first time, it's always shit. It always is.
True.
It just is because people are not usually good at like, hey, I'm Kelley. You know, it's just, it doesn't, you need to just get more comfortable doing it. So.
Yeah.
I remember the first one I did, it took me like a month. Because I just didn't know what I was going to say, but I still don't know what I'm going to say because I'm so bored.
It's hard to know. Yeah.
I need to get in like a serious like accent or something or
Wait, did you say a serious accent?
No, I mean like I have to have like a serious event happen to me, not an accident. I know I said accident.
No, you don't though. Like here was an example I used. So I wanted them to know I was a competitive person, but you don't just want to say I'm competitive. Like they would assume if you're applying for Survivor, you're probably competitive. Yeah. So I said, hey, you know, just something I do, and I'm not going to do a good job of explaining it now because it's just like me talking, but I said, hey, you know, I play soccer on a co-ed soccer team. I will literally go toe to toe with like the tallest guy on the team. I don't give a shit if you're 6'8" and freaking 300 pounds. Like I will go down the field and track you down if you get past me. Like my team called me the payback bitch because I literally do not care how blah, 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 whatever, right? Like that's not like a big life story, but it like gives them an idea of the type of person I am and how I would maybe play Survivor.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's me. I'm peak competitiveness. And then once I heard you guys drafted us, my competitiveness like multiplied by I was like, shit, I'm winning this now.
That was the last thing I expected that was gonna happen. Like the three of you are gonna draft our teams. I thought there was no way.
Yeah. I don't even know how it came about. War Dog was in touch with someone and then he just texted me and Lolly and said, hey, can we do this draft? Or no, he said we need to pick teams. And I was like, oh, let's do it draft style. And then everyone was like, yeah. And then we had all of your pictures. And so you should see our text thread. It's so funny. I was like, I like went and looked at some of your Instagrams. I was like, I was like, Jake's got a sneaky side. I was like, look at this photo versus that photo. I was like, he's on my team. Like, they were like, are you stalking people's Instagrams, Kelley? And I said, yes, I am. I think Jack, the only one I saw of you were like golfing with maybe your dad and some friends.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's what
I was like, I'm taking Jack. Like, he really knows how to get down with the boys or something.
That's what most of my life is, golfing with a bunch of 50-year-old men.
Okay. Well, that's how it all went down. So
yeah.
Funny.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
No, I was sitting next to Jack and he saw me literally die because I'm like such a fan. I was like, oh my God, did Kelley pick us? I was like, by far, don't tell the other two, by far the best captain, obviously.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, look at us now. Look at us.
I know.
Like, hello.
And our whole tribe is still intact, so that obviously makes us the best.
You guys did something right. I love it. Abby, were you going to say something, babe?
No, my mom has only seen one season of Survivor, but it was season 38 because I just got her into it over quarantine. And so then afterwards I called her, I was like, Mom, Kelley Wentworth just drafted me. And she was like, what? She was like, what?
She's like, what are you talking about?
And she was like, she thought it was so cool. She's like, those are like the 3 players I know. That's it. And I was like, I know.
Oh, yeah, because we were a mess. That's why. We were known for all the wrong reasons, but it's fine.
So funny.
So funny.
I mean,
well, you guys are all so sweet. Is there anything else? I feel like we got off the topic of the game you guys are playing, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out. I don't want anything to backfire on you. Sometimes if it seems too simple or easy.
I mean, every bit of like advice and guidance you gave us, I'll definitely take that into account for sure.
Okay.
I think it'll be an okay move if we go forward with our guard up with Hannah.
Okay.
You can't make the move and then just sit back. We have to make the move and then be like, know that Hannah's on our radar.
I don't think we can go wrong with either option. I don't think it's a bad scenario both ways. I just have more worries about one. But we like the good thing is the 3 of us want to decide together, and we seem like we're unified, and obviously we are. And
final 3.
So I mean, I would be so down for that. Holy cow!
Yeah. I would just say think a few moves ahead and like what's better long term, because it's easy to think about what's right in front of you, but then what are the scenarios moving forward? Who would maybe flip? Who can you actually trust as much as you can?
Yeah.
I mean, Jake
who is like the more logical player, like who would kind of agree with your plan a little bit more and not push back, things like that. But
I mean, Jake's got an idol, so we're chilling too.
Yeah, she knows. I sent her a picture of it.
Yeah, he did. I was like, oh, nice. I was like, Team Wentworth really just doing some work. Okay, now I think I have an advantage. Like,
I'd have one if I didn't.
I have both.
I'd have an idol if I already gave mine away.
The way it works here is since like we're not on an island with like idols hidden around. When you win an individual immunity challenge, once we merge, that person gives someone else a clue to the idol, because our campus is like huge that you can't just like go.
Okay.
So we get like clues to them. So us 3 just need to hopefully do well in the upcoming challenges, so we can give each other clues, because I'm paranoid about going home because of an idol. That's how season 2 went for us.
There's only one idol in play right now, anyways, and Jake has it. Because
I mean, there's also possibly the exile thing, but I mean, if Owen has it, he's gonna play it.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, I was almost about to pass out thinking about going home with an idol in your pocket. So.
Oh, Kelley, I can't do it.
Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart.
No, I won't. I found one in season 1 as well, and the whole time I was just everyone knew I had it, and they let me get all the way to final 5 with it. I was like, are these idiots gonna make me play it?
Crazy.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
The stress of having an idol. I found one this season and like last season. I gave it away both times for people on my alliance because I hated having it just because everyone knew.
It's so stressful.
It is stressful.
Like you guys are getting a small taste. I don't think people understand who watch the show how much pressure there is.
Yeah. To
play it correctly, to not have people find out, it's obviously great to have as a backup and to keep you safe, but it is also. It's very stressful because you have to consider that too.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think I would want one.
Also because there's
good. I know other people don't have them because that's what stresses me out. So as long as I know one of us have it in our pocket, I'm like, all right, we're good.
Knowing where it is that's super valuable.
Like I don't necessarily want it, I just want to know where it is.
It's also good to know no one else has it and they're not going to use it against us. Like no matter what, we can figure out how to use it to advance ourselves.
Because there's only one, right? You guys don't have multiple?
So the villains one Jack had and gave away, and it was played. Heroes one, we were told that the girl left with it last week. We don't know if that's true or not, but the Heroes one might be out there. And then this is the swapped one. So as far as we know, this is the only one right now, but we're not certain.
But then as soon as we have a challenge, I think, Sunday, there'll be a clue to a new one.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And who else knows about it besides you 3?
Only Gabby. That's because Jack and I found it with her.
And for both idols, she went there before we all went and found it, and she went by both spots where it actually was, and she didn't find it.
I also walked right past this one 3 times. I'm so mad I didn't find it the first day.
I mean, I think the hardest part is that there's weeks between tribal, so you have an entire week to talk to these people, and it's torture sometimes.
Yeah, our season lasts 100 days instead of 39. It lasts way too long.
Yeah, 100 was ridiculous.
And I was so tired by the end.
You'll survive, guys. You got it. But you guys trust Gabby. You're good, so you don't think the idol information, it's going to stay in this 4 group.
For now.
She
I'm worried
also-
she might get.
Well, she
I
also
don't know.
thinks that she thinks that her and I are super close. So if she has like any instinct of flipping, she would definitely tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
good. And I've been trying to convince her that Jake is somebody that she can trust, and because she didn't think Jake would play the idol for her when he found it, I was like, he would definitely play it for one of us.
Yeah. One thing I always thought about doing or maybe wanted to do is, if obviously people want to blindside each other, but if there's a way to almost like get the votes on you,
Yeah.
knowing you have an idol, and then
Yes.
you then get to choose. Like if it's a situation where you're like, let's say you're going to be, deadlocked 5-5 or something like that, or you need to get up on the numbers for the next tribal.
Right.
I was always like trying to think of a way, if I had an idol,
Mhm.
to like get people to vote for me without them knowing I had it. I never did it because it is a little terrifying to like, no matter what, even if you know you're safe, it's still terrifying to have people write your name down, because then that's like, oh, I've written it down once, I could write it down again. But I always thought that would be like fun. Like, aha, by the way, hee hee. Now we have the numbers. But anyway, not saying do that. I just always thought it'd be kind of fun. But.
Well, that's good because they're already not afraid to write my name. They've written my name down 7 times, I think, so far. So that's fun.
Okay. Yeah, be careful. Be careful.
They're scared of me. They call me Snake Niebuhr. It's so dumb.
What have you done?
I might have backstabbed some people on season 1.
Lied a lot.
I lied. But, listen, they lied to me too. It's not
Hey,
like
I would have done the same thing.
No. Yeah, Kelley, I got all the way to the end, and then they were very mad that I had lied. It was a lot of people who had never seen the show before, so I ended up losing at the end because they were very upset I had told a few lies.
Were you very like Russell Hansing it? Is that what was going on?
I was very nice to people. I wasn't like a dick. I
don't even think it was Russell Hantz. It might have been just a really smart villain who lied when he had to,
Okay.
I like to call myself Aubrey. I feel like that's the better. Even I love Michelle.
Okay.
That's the better comparison for me.
Okay,
That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I am rooting for you guys. Make the best decision for you.
Thank you for talking to us. This was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yes, of course. You'll have to message me and let me know. I feel like you should start like a group chat, because it'll be like Jack, and I'm like, okay, and then it's like Abby, and I'm like, okay, girl, and then like Jake comes in, and I'm like, okay, do they know? Like, are they on the same page? Like, I don't know. So I'll have to start a group one so you guys can keep me posted on what happened.
Absolutely.
And as we get into it, maybe we'll have to do one more later down the road to see how you guys are doing.
Once we're all in the final 5.
Exactly. Well, it was so great to see you guys. I'm so proud of you. I know it sounds so cheesy, but I'm so proud. I feel like
it's so cheesy. This whole thing is so nerdy and cheesy, but we're having a blast.
Good. That's all that matters.
Thank you so much for meeting with
us.
Yeah,
this was so fun.
Yeah, you're welcome, you guys. And Abby, you've got it recorded, so have fun with it, whatever. Hopefully I didn't say anything that can't go online. I don't think I did. But
no, we're good, yeah.
I have a very bad potty mouth, and sometimes I just ramble on, so hopefully we're fine. But okay, guys, good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great night.